The human spirit was designed to endure and overcome. It has so much power, such that when it has overcome, it can hold memory of its experiences and yet be fully present to enjoy the current joys and victories that life presents to it. I believe that if we know more about each other, we can learn more and be gracious to each other. The concepts that you hold about life are not necessarily true. They're limited to your exposure. The day you get comprehension of this, you'll be more kind, patient, and deal with people more graciously. I welcome you to a place of grace, the Knowledge Hub Edition. If you dream of starting a business outside your field of specialization, today's show will motivate you. I speak to Mavhungu. She's the founder and CEO of Perfect Deals, an online business that sells and delivers a diverse range of products nationally. And like many of us, she's worked in corporate. I hope she'll help you deal with your limiting beliefs, so therefore put on your boots and let's go on this journey. Hello everybody, welcome to a place of grace, the Knowledge Hub. Well, there are women who are doing mighty and marvelous things out there. I've heard about a lady called Maswe this, and I was so interested in knowing, what does Maswe do? Well, today I invited a friend of a friend who does massive things in online business, and she's going to be teaching us about everything. Thank you, Maswe, for coming.
Thank you very much for having me over.
Well, you're just going to have to relax. This is home. It's a conversation between myself and you. You are teaching me, basically. I hear. Shoni told me about you, a common friend of ours. She was telling me about how remarkable you're doing. I think she visited your warehouse one of these past days. She was like, yo, Maswe is doing massive things. You should have seen the staff compliment in that business. You should have seen the truck movement. And I became interested. Yeah. I'm like, okay, let me Google Maswe and see what she's all about. So I was like, no, after going through your website and seeing the kind of business that you're doing, I was also very inspired. And I thought, okay, maybe I must call you to inspire other ladies as well. So please just tell us what your business is all about so that other people can have an understanding on what Maswe is all about.
Wow, I'm truly humbled by that, by the compliment. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm running an online store called Perfect Deals. It focuses on electronics, the games, and kiddie stuff, the home and living, garden and outdoor, and we're basically selling almost each and everything.
But tell me here, how does the idea of starting Perfect Deals start? Because when I'm looking at where you are from presentation level, it can be intimidating. And one doesn't think that you did take gradual steps in building the business. How did you start off with Perfect Deals?
The idea came about, I was in China, and then I had forgotten my cosmetics back home. Then I now had to place an order online, and the order was like delivered to my doorstep. So I was like, quite impressed to say maybe I can steal the idea and take it back home. So I had a profession that I now had to sacrifice. I had a comfortable safety net of profession. Then I had to let it go and then start on a journey that didn't have the roadmap, that was full of mountains and the hills. And then I thought, okay, you know what? Let me just give it a go and see how it will unfold. So I basically started in the back room, in my back room, in the house. And then it started becoming a little bit small. I moved into my own garages.
And at that time, you're selling all this variety of things?
It was a small range by that time. I started very, very small. And then from the back room, I moved into my double garage. From the double garage, then I started looking for warehouses. And I'm currently in a 800 square meter warehouse.
I don't even want to, I wasn't sure off of that. I'm that amazed.
Yeah, so I started off as, as myself doing each and everything. And then I'm currently sitting on 18 staff members.
No, that's a lot of people. And then how do you, when you're starting, how do you decide on what products to sell?
Oopsie. Okay. The products that I'm actually selling, they kind of like give convenience to people more than anything. It is not anything in particular. Like for instance, I'll make use of this mic as an example to say with the current vlogging and streaming and whatsoever, then you find the mics that are kind of like providing much more convenience as compared to the expensive ones. And then
Nice. And then how long did it take you to build Perfect Deals to the level it is at now?
That's a very interesting question. You know, I normally tell people that in the first year, this is when you do basically the planning of the business, strictly planning. And then the following year, you now start developing the business. And then the third year, then you start growing it. And then from growing, it goes into the fourth year, whereby you're now managing and running the business. So I'm currently, this is now year fifth, whereby you now running the business.
I don't have that time. I don't have that time.
So I'm basically running for my sixth year.
Sure.
Of which I've been running Perfect Deals.
So, but when can you say you began to be profitable, or were you profitable from onset? Because it can happen, you know.
No ways. It's just that starting small. It simply means that obviously you are undercapitalized. So with undercapitalization, then it takes a little bit of time for one to get to break even. So with me, I can safely say it took me basically up to 3 years before I could break even. And then from break evening, then things started shaping.
Weren't you tempted to quit, Mara?
There were moments like that whereby I wanted to quit, but my resilience and my determination and the thought that, you know, everybody's just, they want to see you to say, okay, we want to see where is this going to end. Yeah, so I really had to prove it that, you know what, it will work out eventually.
Because you mentioned that you worked in corporate before.
Yes.
Which I think is the struggle of most of us. We just end up there. Because you are used to the comfort and knowing that resigning to start off your thing, chances are that year 1, year 2, you're not seeing any growth. Did you have enough financial cushion to cater for your expenses and to run the business? Because I want to create a realistic picture for people who might be interested in starting businesses as well.
To be quite honest, I took a leap of faith. I woke up one morning, I was like, you know what, I think I'm done with my job. I'm an accountant by profession, by the way. And then after that, I was like, let me just take a leap of faith and see what the world is holding on for me out there. So I didn't even do any consultation with my family or even friends. So it was just the consultation I did with myself, and then I was like, okay, this is it. I'm quitting, just like that. So the financial cushion basically wasn't there. The capital I had to start with was now basically my pension fund. I took all my pension fund and then I put it into the business. So meaning personally, my day-to-day needs, they still needed to be dependent on the very same stream. Yes.
Sure, I think that's where the differentiation between those that are really doing well and those that are comfortable, that's what is differentiating us, that you guys decide to see what's on the other side.
Yes.
Without really, because some of us want to calculate. How am I going to pay for this bond? How am I going to pay for this car? And I think it gets difficult the more you acquire debt to leave your corporate position to start a business. I think that's where the difficulty is for most of us.
Yeah, what is also causing a delay is procrastination. To keep on saying, okay, let me wait for next year.
True.
And then let me try to work on this and that. And then there's never a right moment.
Yeah, that's true, because we are thinking that, okay, maybe if I can start this nyana and close that dead face. But wait, the reality is that life doesn't stop. When you're closing that, this other one is coming up. There's just never a perfect time to start.
Yeah, and then exactly with ideas, it's not like if you're thinking about something,
you're the only one.
You are the sole owner of that idea. Somebody can just come and step onto it and then get it running with, and it works for them. So it's kind of like an opportunity cost. So
yes, true.
Yeah, it's very important that if you feel it in your heart, that
and it's unfortunate that trusting your gut it's an exercise that one has to learn, but it's never wrong. I feel that if you can thinking at that point, it's something you should be doing. It's just that doubt creeps in and the finances block us.
Exactly. As human beings, we all have got gut feelings that we need to listen to. And then, but at times we do let it down.
We do.
But yeah, it doesn't mean that everything that you've been desiring to do all along, then you just need to keep it on hold up until that huge debt is fully paid up. Yeah, so.
True. And then when one is starting an online business, what are some of the things that they need in order to start to get it running?
Just like with a brick and mortar business, whereby it is all about location. So with online, most of the people, they will be like, no, there are less cost, and then it's less of a hassle to start an online business. There's so much onto it, because first of all, you need to get the right product, and then the right target market, of course, yes, and then it goes down to marketing. So everything is surrounded up on marketing.
Hey, Mabel, people talk about online business like it's something easy, né? I remember I once used to sell clothes. And then, like, you paste clothes on Facebook, you paste on Instagram. How, man, these things are not moving. Like, what am I doing differently from other people that are succeeding while selling in the same platforms? What are other people doing that some of us might be missing so that we can improve our businesses?
On my side, basically, Facebook and Instagram. Those are social platforms. So you're just there to get to introduce yourself to the people, to say, hi, guys, I'm out here. And the main platform for selling, for me, it is Google marketing. It is Google shopping. Yes.
Educate us, why can think that we know these things?
I mean,
how do I even get it sounds like it's basic knowledge, but clearly if I've not done it, I don't know it. Like, how do is it an issue of creating a website? How does one set it up? How do I generate traffic? What is it, what you're talking about?
Okay, basically, of course, yes, you'll be having the website in place. And then from website, therefore, that's where marketing is necessary, whereby you go online to create your target audience. If, let's say, with clothes, for instance, that you are selling, it will now be maybe depending on the style that you're selling. Probably you're targeting the youth, slim ladies, and then of a particular financial state, then those are the targets that you can really, you'll be able to segment on
Where
Google.
is that? Maybe don't assume common sense. Like, where on Google do I do that?
Okay. Remember, you don't need to become an expert in everything if you're running your own business. You can engage people that have got the knowledge, they've got the know-how on how to do these things. So you can get to appoint somebody who will come in and help you so that you can be able to focus on things that you've got strength on.
True, because I'm thinking, I ended up thinking people are photoshopping those things, that they're not using those products. Because I swear,
The minute I saw a person with so many courier bags on the front, they're like, hey, stock is leaving. I'm thinking, what stock is leaving? When I got one courier bag.
You know, that is what's basically killing our market, because people, they Photoshop everything. And hence there's no trust. People, they don't trust the online market because of false advertising that is out there.
I'm talking about trust.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you experience while running a business online when you're dealing with an indirect customer? Like, do you find people returning your products after using them? What are some of the things that you've been experiencing over the years?
Okay, what's happening is that as a company, we do have the return policy. So each and every customer that buys from us, they are fully aware of the policy that we have in place. So we try by all means to run everything accordingly. So if there's a case of return and it falls within the requirements of the policy, then yes, it is a return.
But don't you find that as an emerging business, that kind of sets you back? And then how do you allow that? Maybe do you cater for those kind of things in your pricing structure? Because maybe you factor in a certain percentage will be returned, therefore we'll mark it up like this. Because I remember in this clothing business of mine, like a customer will be returning a dress. You should see my face. What the hell do you think I'm going to do with this dress? Can you just keep this dress? I mean, I can't afford to have you return the dress. My markup is not that high.
Yeah.
How do you cater for those things so that we can learn and revise our strategies better?
It is all about building a contingency plan to say, look, each and every business has got some sort of a loss somewhere. So you need to build a contingency plan for that. On the cost structure, somehow, maybe you can get to find, depending on what is it that you're selling. If your returns really, they are very, very high, it simply means that you are probably selling the wrong product. It simply means it's not working. But if it's minimal, then within maybe anything less than 5%, that can be absorbed.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we're gonna go back to the traffic. You know, you've got your website, it's perfect deals. How do you generate foot traffic? You mentioned about appointing a marketing person.
Yes.
I saw that after I visited your page, suddenly it pops in my other social media platforms. Is that part of the package that comes with marketing, or how does one activate those things?
Okay, on my site, I do have footworks. I do allow a visit at my showroom, because most of the people, they still do not have trust to say, okay, I deposit my money into your bank account, then what? And then, so we're getting a lot of workings. And then I've got a high level of customer retention, people that I've been servicing all these years. Also, the word of mouth, it does help. Referrals. And then from there, then we go on paid marketing, whereby, we're targeting new customers, mainly on Google, like I said, and then on social medias, then we just trying to gain, our visibility.
For getting new customers that I don't know, it's where. How do we go? How is it the marketing? Like, where are these people? We want to find them. We want to find the service providers.
You need to run campaigns. Like I said, that I'm utilizing Google Shopping. So if you go and then you type in whatsoever, let me say this ornament, for instance, to say a golden ornament, small, whatsoever, and then if I happen to be selling it, then I'll be listed as one of the merchants. So it's all about occupying the right space. Like I said, with brick and mortar, it's all about location.
Okay, location, so, simple terms. Do we, in Google, Is it a space where we are paying for rental to be in the better space? How?
You have put it much better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like
So
that.
clearly I was failing because I don't even have a website.
Yeah, so yeah, you need to pay in order to have a prime spot. It's all about cost.
Is it cost that a Gail can cover, or it's for big matured businesses?
Not necessarily. Even a small business, they can have a small budget allocated towards that. Yeah.
And then you mentioned that you've had, I think you have 18 staff members. What are the challenges of managing such a big team?
You know, one of the biggest challenges about running a business, it's human capital. Having to manage human capital is the biggest challenge, because you come across people with different personalities and everyone has got their own issues, you know. They bring them to work, but ultimately we all have got one purpose to say, why are we here?
True.
Yeah, and then if that purpose we can't forget it, then we'll definitely make it as a team.
That's very true. And then in managing staff and running the business, what are some of the mistakes that you've made over the years that you feel that they would be worth other people hearing about and learning from?
One of the biggest mistakes I've made was that at first I was attracting wrong people to come and assist me. And then because I started online business at a time whereby it was still a new concept in South Africa. So there was a lot of learning, the trial and error. And ultimately we got used to the industry. And then we are now capable enough to identify the kind of people that are suitable for the business. And then that will now help me to carry the goal that I have regarding perfect deals.
And then, so do you always have stock in hand, or how do you ensure that your turnaround times are met all the time?
Okay, first of all, my products, I'm sourcing them directly from the manufacturers. And then I bring in containers, so I'm holding stock.
Okay.
And then of recently with COVID, there was issues of delivery turnaround, whereby we're kind of like running behind. Then we started running a promotion on pre-orders, whereby if there's something that we're expecting in shipment, then we just put it on pre-order, so that people that are interested, they can just order the item before it even
Arrives.
Yeah, arrives, like hit our shelves. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah.
And talking about COVID, how has COVID affected your business? Because everyone was like, hey, online business is the future. Is it really the future? Tell us.
No, remember, like I said, that I started online business at a time whereby it was a new concept in the country. So basically nobody had faith in it. And you'll be telling people that I'm running an online store, they'll be like, oh, are you a full-time scammer? Oh, what's happening? Exactly. So thank you to COVID.
Because, you know, some of us, I never thought the concept of unkept data is my thing. How?
And yeah, data as well, by the time I started business, was also an issue to say. It costs so much for one to just be sitting there and browsing, you know? And yeah, so now with unkept data, and came COVID time, everybody was home, people were bored, people were browsing through their phones. So that's where social media came in. And that's where people had to recognize us. And we're put on the test. And because we're providing so much of convenience, and people, they saw the need to start engaging online.
So you were
business.
you were one of the people who were bowling. COVID, we're having a good time.
Yeah, so what we saw is that with COVID, then most of the people, they now started thinking, okay, now online business is the future.
True.
Then we had lots of new entrants.
Mm.
And people, they came as well with under the impression that no, it's quick money.
It looks quick.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when I see pictures on Instagram, when people will be, hey, with so many deliveries, you think, hey, there's money.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
That's it. There's no money. I've been waiting and waiting.
Yeah, so now with that, people, they thought, okay, this is an easy money making opportunity. So we saw lots of entrants, new entrants onto the market. Even though, yes, the pie was growing bigger, but then we had lots of new entrants as well. So.
Oh, and then do you still have to go to visit your manufacturers' the factories, or you've developed a relationship such that there's no need for you to go to those countries anymore?
I have developed a long-standing relationship already with them. So currently it's just an issue of placing an order telephonically, and everything gets delivered to my doorstep. But ideally, you know, because I'm selling a wide range of products, it will be ideal to have an opportunity to get to travel again. And yeah, so I can start introducing lots and lots of new products
and
again.
No,
and bring you convenience,
more than anything
more than
else.
Look
at it in the right way.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we're going to be closing. But I know that running an online business it's a lot of work because it's timeline after timeline. There's no room for disappointing your customer. How do you maintain a work-life balance?
It's very difficult. It's very difficult. You know, when you start a business, nobody told me that it's such a lonely journey. I will find myself having to work a minimum of 14 hours in a day. And this was like consistently. And then I lost friends along the way, and
Is it because you're not available to attend social gatherings?
Exactly. Now you start doing, you calculate your move to say, is it worth it for me to go to a party, or should I just sit home and concentrate on my work? So,
and we who are not in business, we think you're the most unreasonable person.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because you're thinking, I mean, how busy can a person get? You're just coming here and do it. You've got the HR part of it, the accounting part of it, the sales part of it.
You're wearing so many caps at the same time.
True.
Yeah. So that's I don't know. Yeah. But as it is, right now I'm currently I'm able to see friends as and when, and yeah, getting there slowly.
And a funny question. Do you find that as a woman, when you become more successful, relationship or maybe, oh, Master, relationship,
that department.
I mean, it's difficult to broke. No, with money.
Oh, you know what? I was just telling my grandmother the other day to say, each and everything in my life is just, it's perfect, basically. But this department, this department, I truly do not know what's wrong.
Well, let me console you. Even the 8 to 5s are struggling.
But luckily enough, I've got 2 beautiful daughters. Then
thank God.
Yeah, they do keep me busy.
True.
Yeah. They do
and then
keep me
in
busy.
closing, I want you to motivate me, a woman who has self-limiting beliefs. I'm interested. It's just that, hey, I don't see myself ever able to achieve things at your level. What would you say to me?
Yeah, that's a very hard one. Okay, basically, it is not each and everyone who's born an entrepreneur.
Yes.
If you feel it within your heart that, I can start this concept and turn it into something big, believe in yourself.
True.
And there's no better time, no perfect time to say I'll start maybe when I'm aged 40 or procrastination is the mother of all evil.
It is, eh?
Yeah, so if you feel that it is right, then give it a try. Yes, but in a nutshell, it is all about hard working and determination. And then it gets to test your level of patience more than anything else. So if you want quick cash, hell no.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's not work. It's not going to work. So, but if you are patient enough and you are resilient enough, and you're able to endure pain, then yeah, it's worth trying.
Yeah, because people present it from a distance as though, oh, entrepreneur, like you always think, they got money, it's rolling. We don't ever think you guys get broke.
Yeah.
Because that's not the reality that is presented to people.
Yes, certainly is.
I hope you enjoyed the show.
No, thank you very much for having me over. Yeah.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
I hope you guys at home enjoyed, and you're going to start your online businesses. And I hope we taught you a thing or two on how to grow your customer base. See you next time. Bye.